The Premier League is back. It kicks off this Friday and it's time to get those predictions in. Welcome to my predictions for the 26-27 season. Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the new season that kicks off this week. Coming up, I'll take you through my 20-1 in terms of place finishes, who I think's going to win the cups. And on top of that, I think not the three that came up will go back down. Some interesting thoughts. Get your predictions in the comments. Tell me who you think wins the league, the three teams that go down, and of course, where do you think Forest will finish this season? Make sure you've liked, make sure you're subscribed. Let's jump into this because I think this is going to be a bit of a mix-up of a season. There's too many teams and too many unknowns this season, and I expect there to be teams that you don't expect going down, teams that you don't expect in European fights and things like that. It's going to be one of the most interesting campaigns we've seen for quite a while. So let's jump into this. Let's do it from bottom to top, who I think is going to go down. Let's bring them up. I think these are the three teams that will get relegated. I'm going Hull, Ipswich and Crystal Palace. They've lost Glasner. They've lost a couple of key players. I think Palace are in big trouble this season. Hull, for me, yeah, they brought some players in, but I just don't think they've got the strength there. Ipswich are spending a lot of money, but they're still going to struggle to stay up. Those, for me, are the three that go down. And if Palace go down, me and Dee are going to have a few words. So by de facto, that means the team I think survive this season will be Coventry. I can see Coventry having a good season, getting the points they need. Of course, they've just signed Taiwo from Forest as well. He will help them. He is good in these kind of battles. So I think I think Coventry finished 17th. Now, a team I expect to see improvement from this season is a team that has struggled for the last 2 years and been in relegation scraps. I think they're going to have a good season, and come the end of the season, they'll be able to say they've made progress. So I'm going in 16th for Tottenham. I think they will be very happy with that progress, going up one place on the two previous seasons. They finished 17th. That will be a good season from them, and it would have only cost them about 300 million to gain that extra place. And then in this midfield bottom relegation battle, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to go for Bournemouth. They will struggle with Europe this season. Fulham, for me, lost a really good manager in Marco Silva. Those teams may into switch, I don't know, maybe the other way around, something like that, but I think that there or thereabouts is where they'll be. And I'll tell you what, Everton aren't looking too hot right now. Moyes' football is looking very dated, but he will do enough to get results in. They made a couple of decent signings, but nothing that makes me think, like I did last season, that they could be a dark horse. And then the team who no one cares about, Brentford. With they missed out on European football, sorry. I think they'll just finish 12th, the Crystal Palace spot this season. And then making up the bottom of the half of the table, I've got Sunderland, who I think will do okay. They kept some key players over the summer at the time of recording this. With European football, you would expect a little bit of a drop-off. Team to look out for, I think they're going to do well and finish in the top 10, is Leeds United. I think they will have a good season. I think they'll finish 10th and surprise a few, but they will lose their first 2 games because they got them against Forest. Brighton, no one cares about. They'll finish somewhere in 9th, and you'll suddenly realise come the end of the season, oh look, Brighton are 9th. How did that happen? That's where I've got Brighton. And then we move into the interesting spots where the European places start to be fought for. Now, everyone has cussed down Newcastle this season. I don't think they're going to be that bad. I think Newcastle are going to finish 8th under a new manager who plays an attacking style of football. It just depends. Will they still keep the likes of Lewis Hall come the end of the transfer window? What other business are they going to do? But I still think there's enough quality in that team that they can push for those lower European spots. So I'm going for Newcastle in 8th. Then I wish I could put them lower. I was tempted to relegate them as well. I got United to finish 7th. They're going to struggle with Champions League football. Their squad isn't deep enough. I don't see some of these United fans going on about potential title charges and like they got divine right to the top 4. They haven't won the league in 14 years now. They ain't winning it this year. I've got them struggling a bit. And Carrick, let's see if he survives to the end of the season. Into 6th place, Villa, who won the Europa League last season, qualified for the Champions League. I think they just take a slight drop this year and get Europa League, maybe a decent cup run for them, but I've got them in 6th. And then in 5th place, I've gone for Chelsea. I think Chelsea are a big unknown right now. Their team still needs some holes plugging. I still think they need to get a few more signings in, but I've put them in 5th place. I could potentially see them finishing higher, and at the same time, I could potentially see them finishing lower. But I think they'll just about scumbag their way in to a Champions League spot if it is 5 places. And then in 4th place, just ahead of them, I've got Liverpool. A lot of people cussing Liverpool down with their summer signings, the lack of signings. Obviously, Iriola's come in. And for me, Iriola being in is the reason why I think they'll be able to get top 4. Their squad has massive holes in it. The defense looks rubbish. But Iriola's style will go down well with the Liverpool fans. And I think they'll give him time. And with a bit of patience, they could end up in 4th for me. And then, this isn't just because I support them. This is because Oliver Glasner has promised it to us. Forest will end up in the Champions League. I've got Forest to finish 3rd. Yes, you heard me right, 3rd. I like what I've been seeing from Glasner. I like the oneness, the unity that the team is showing right now. And we still will get a couple more players in through the door. I don't think we're going to win the title this season. I think Forest will have a similar season to what we saw under Nuno, where we were 3rd for a lot of the campaign. Now, logically thinking on this one, Forest were 3rd in a league that had better quality in it that season than you do see this year. Therefore, Forest squad for me has improved from there if we get 1 or 2 more in. And I just think with Glasner, who's the most decorated manager over the last 2 seasons, out of all the managers currently in the Premier League, we've got ourselves one of those seasons again where things are going to go absolutely according to plan. So I've got Forest to finish 3rd, qualify for Champions League, just like Oliver Glasner promised is going to happen. He's predicting it, and so am I. And then in the 2 spots there, maybe Man City get relegated if we ever see the 1-1-5. But I think they'll just about have enough to be there or thereabouts. And statistically, it is hard to defend a title. To do back-to-back, I think, is in the 30th percentile for teams that have done it in the Premier League era. But I think Arsenal are looking the most established. The ones that haven't had too many changes. The ones who are coming into this season with a good baseline and still need 1 or 2. I think they need someone out on the left. Maybe another striker, something like that, and maybe another midfielder. But in general, Arsenal look calm, and despite, I think, Arteta not being good enough, I can still see them defending their title this year. So that's my top 20. Well, my top 20, my 1 to 20. There any there that you do or not agree with? In terms of, let's go with first sacking. I've got a feeling David Moyes is going to become unpopular at Everton. I think they're getting bored of his style of play. I think Moisey will be the first to go when it comes to manager sackings. In terms of cups, Forest to win the FA Cup, League Cup, I'm going to go Aston Villa. And top goal scorer. Haaland is a boring answer, but no one's really recruited a gunman this summer. So I don't think we're going to see anything out of the ordinary. So I'm going to be boring with top goal scorer and just go with Haaland there. But those are my predictions. There's my 1 to 20. If I'm right, Forest will be back in the competition that they own. So get your predictions in the comments down below. Make sure you've liked and subscribed, and we'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.